Hey everybody, Thermal Mike, and we're back here with the Core G21 from Thermaltake. Now this is our new mid-tower chassis coming in at an affordable price of $69.99 and is packed with lots of features. Now the Core G21 comes in first off with two 4mm thick tempered glass panels, and there's some also extra add-ons we've put for the tempered glass as far as how it installs and removes, which we'll get to later, as well as the tempered glass panel on the front or the window side is actually a little bit lighter than the tempered glass panel on the back. So if you're looking to discreetly hide your cable management or be able to put some LEDs back there to kind of show it off more, the Core G21 might be what you're looking for. Now with the Core G21, it also comes with a full-length power supply cover, so cable management is a breeze in here. And speaking of breeze, if you want proper airflow, the Core G21 supports up to a 360mm radiator in the front. So if you want to do a push-pull combination, you want to do an air-cooled build and just add additional fans, the Core G21 will support up to 3 fans in the front, as well as a fan on the top and on the back. So stay tuned as we go forward here with the Core G21, and let's get the build process started. First, we're going to want to remove that front tempered glass panel. And I know a lot of people have seen how tempered glass is becoming more and more popular out in the market, and Thermaltake's definitely taken the extra step to make sure that's safe and secure with our new TG Safe mounting system. So to demonstrate that, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to remove the screws off the tempered glass panel. And what I'm going to show you is that the way this is mounted, not just with our new TG Safe brackets that are down here on the bottom part of the case, which is holding it in, but we've also extended out the rubber mounting for this, so that way it actually holds the glass in place. So as you can see here, most people would be like, oh, I got to hold the top. With this new case right here, it makes it very easy, and it definitely makes you feel a lot more secure when removing and replacing the panel. So as I take these 4 screws off here, you'll see that I have the panel, and all I got to do is just tilt it forward. This will release from the little rubber grommets that are holding it in, and these little mounts down here hold this nice in place, so it makes this real easy to just pop right off. So let's go ahead and start installing the motherboard. All right, now that we've got our motherboard installed, we'll take a look at just some of the things that I've done to kind of speed up the process here. One of the things is I've removed the actual stock brackets for the AMD bracket mounting. So I actually took these off, and I've already pre-installed the 4 posts that come with the AIO cooler for our AM4 bracket to support the AM4 socket fitment for our new AIO cooler. Now with the motherboard installed here, we're going to go ahead and start looking at what we can do. What can we put in the system? So we're going to put a 360 AIO in the front. We definitely want to change out the fan on here just to give it a little bit of color, because you know it's going to go with our new Floe. Right here I have our new Ring Plus 120mm fans. Now these are our new addressable LED fans, and we'll be using this to install into the G21. Now when I install my Ring Plus fan into the rear, I like to make sure that the cable management is going to be ideal. So with this, when I'm going to be routing the cable over around the motherboard down through the back so it will plug into my controller, I want the fan mounted this way. I also want to mount the fan this way so I have my airflow going out of the back of the case versus having it this way where it's going to suck the air in. So always make sure that you know that this is going to be the direction where the air is going to go. Now we're going to go ahead and remove the front panel off the G21 so we can install our Floe AIO. To remove the front panel, it's very easy. There's a spot actually cut out on the bottom here at the front of the panel that you can grab and then just pull it right off. Removing the front panel makes real easy, and one of the things I like about the G21 is with the top mounted I/O port, you don't have the cables attached to the front panel, which makes it, you know, even more convenient to be able to install fans, AIO radios, and so on. There's also a nice filter here on the inside of the back part of the front panel, and then you also get a cool little magnetic filter here. We have our Floe AIO 360. Now this is one of our first samples that we have here that we're going to be installing, so we can kind of show you guys what's coming. This is an upcoming product as well. And with this 360 radiator that we have, we'll be mounting this here on the back side, on the inside part of the case. And we're also going to mount our fans on the inside as well, so that way that dust filter can go right there in the front. And then we'll move over here to the screws that came with our AIO kit. So you'll have a nice long screw that has a washer on it, and then you're just gonna wanna pass this through with the fan. So it goes through the fan itself, and then it'll just secure right into the ports on the radiator. Now that we have our pump installed, we're gonna go forward with installing the power supply, which has a unique way it goes in. So let me just kind of give you guys a show here on the back side of what the G21 has. So with this is our part where our power is gonna slide into here. And then with that, you have a lot of space here in the back under the power cover to run all your cables. Now with the power supply, there's also some nice rubber feet on the inside so the power supply can sit there. And of course, a proper filter and ventilation on the bottom so you can run fan facing down. So I'm gonna use our Thermaltake. This is our Smart White 600 watt. And then I'm gonna dress this up a little bit more, adding our sleeve extensions as well, just to give it a nice black and white treatment to kind of match the build. So we'll install those there later. Now that our power supply is slid into the G21 and we got this set up, we'll go ahead and we'll secure this down, and then we'll start running our cable management here. And then of course the last step will be installing our graphics card and getting everything turned on and fired up. We have our WindForce Gigabyte. This is a 980 graphics card, just something I had laying around. Works real good because it's got that nice black and white look to it. So we'll go ahead and we'll get this installed here in just a sec. With that, on the back of the case, you'll see that there is a cover here for the expansion slot. So we'll remove this first and then take out our slots here so we can install our graphics card. I also wanted to point out here too on the back as far as the additional storage options that you have. So you can see I've just kind of done some basic routing. I'm going to finish this up. But then we have additional plates back here. They'll support either 3.5 or 2.5 depending on what you want to use on these two locations here on the back, as well as an additional SSD only mount here on the back tray of the motherboard. Now that we have our graphics card installed, we got our power plugged in here, everything's all set up, basically ready to start our first initial boot and go into the BIOS. But before that, we'll go ahead, we'll put our glass panels back on, get our front panel back installed, and then we'll be ready to fire it up. And there you have it, folks, the Core G21 by Thermaltake, coming soon, available for $69.99. Plenty of options, dual tempered glass, power supply cover, lots of space and room. So if you want to build your next system on a budget, definitely take a look at the Core G21. And if you guys want to see more from Thermaltake, don't forget to like and subscribe on our YouTube channel. And until next time, I'm Thermal Mike. Thank you for watching.